solemnly swear that you will truly listen to this case and render a true verdict and a fair sentence as to this defendant.
I do.
You may be seated. Ms. McNiven, what is today's case? Your Honor, today's case is the State of New York versus Daisy Buchanan. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution may now give its opening statement.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, today's trial isn't a case of pure malice, but rather the criminal mischief of negligence. Today's trial, we're going to be proving that Daisy Buchanan was in fact driving the vehicle at the time of Myrtle Wilson's death. We're also going to note how even after the accident, she refused to stop, resulting in the loss of our beloved Myrtle. We hope that even with the evidence, you decide this fairly, and we wish to have nothing but a moment of silence for Myrtle. Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense for Daisy Buchanan may now give its opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today you are asked to pass judgment on not only a woman, but on a moment. One tragic, chaotic moment shaped by fear and confusion. Daisy Buchanan stands accused in connection with the death of Myrtle Wilson. You will hear that Daisy was driving the car, and that much is true. You must understand why and under what conditions. She wasn't acting with intent to harm. She was a frightened woman and overwhelmed by a confrontation that had just shattered her world. Moments before the incident, she was placed under intense emotional strain. When Myrtle Wilson ran into the road, it happened very suddenly and was very unexpected. There was no time for her to react and no clear path to avoid what happened. Prosecution may attempt to paint Daisy as indifferent or careless. We will show you that she was neither. She was a human, flawed, and frightened. At the end of this trial, you will see that there is no evidence of intent, no proof of recklessness rising to criminal guilt, only a tragedy, and a woman who has already suffered greatly because of it. Justice must be grounded in truth, not assumption. Thank you, Your Honor.
Prosecution, you may now call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call it Stan May.
Will the witness please stand to be sworn in by the bailiff? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So, for one, you stated that the tensions have kind of been high, and you also kind of informed that she had been driving, correct?
Yes.
So with that, as I've learned at least through driver's ed, when you have high tensions or any kind of strong emotion, you should be held kind of obligated that you kind of just should not be driving because there's a chance that something could be in your way and your emotions can kind of falter. So would you agree that the tensions were pretty high there?
Yes.
Objection, leading Your Honor.
Sustained. You may call the next question.
Well, you also stated that she looked jealous, correct?
I believe I said they were like arguing.
Objection, leading Your Honor.
Objection sustained.
No questions, Your Honor.
This witness may be excused. Please note that you are still under oath. Prosecution, you may now call your next witness.
Your Honor, I thought it was standing comment there.
Will the witness please stand to be sworn in by the bailiff? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mr. Buchanan, in your statement, you claim that tensions were high. Mr. Gadsby was trying to get Daisy to say something she wasn't very comfortable with stating, correct?
Correct.
Alrighty. And then would you mind repeating what that statement was for us in the jury?
I believe the statement was something like, Gatsby wanted Daisy to admit that she had never loved me through our many years of marriage, and that she would want to leave me and go with him.
And then did she?
She did not.
Okay. So she didn't say that she never loved you throughout your entire marriage, correct?
No.
No? Alright. So after that, you said that Daisy and Gatsby left. Do you know which vehicle they took?
I believe they took Gatsby's vehicle.
And then, as stated by the defense earlier, Daisy was driving Gatsby's car.
I'm uncertain about that.
You're uncertain? Alright. So, when she left with Gatsby, was there clear signs of distress? Had you guys been drinking earlier that morning?
I believe there was signs of discomfort.
Were you guys drinking at all morning?
Yes.
Yes? And how much would you say everyone in the group had that day?
A normal amount.
A normal amount? And then would you say Daisy is somewhat of a lightweight at all?
Should you clarify what that means?
Would she be able to consume a small amount of alcohol and still get the same buzz as somebody who can drink more?
Perchance.
Perchance? And then to clarify, you drove Gatsby's car on the way to the Plaza Hotel, and Gatsby and Daisy rode in your car, correct?
That's correct.
So, in Nick's statement earlier, Myrtle had looked jealous when you stopped at the gas station. Is there any reason why she might have looked jealous?
Can't think of any reasons.
Can you think of any reasons? Do you think that Myrtle might have thought your car was Gatsby's car?
It's a possibility.
Did you portray that to Mr. Wilson and Myrtle?
I don't believe so.
You believe so? No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. This witness may be excused. Please remember, really? Defense may now cross-examine this witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
This witness may be excused. Please remember you're still under oath. Prosecution, you may now call your next witness.
Honor, I call Mateus to say.
Will the witness please stand and be sworn by the bailiff? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So you were there, like, you saw the accident, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like right there.
What do you remember all seeing?
I was just like outside, and I remember Myrtle running out into the road, and two cars came by, and then she got hit by a yellow car.
Would you say that the car was going above the speed limit?
Yeah, they were going pretty fast.
And what time of day was it, would you say?
Oh, it was pretty dark out. It was like nighttime.
So, do you believe there could have been a chance that Myrtle just didn't see the car coming in time?
Well, they had lights on, but I mean, still could have been possible she didn't see the cars.
No further questions.
Defense, you may now cross-examine this witness.
Honor, the prosecution has.
Defense of Daisy Buchanan, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call to the stand Daisy Buchanan.
Will the witness please stand to be sworn in by the bailiff? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Mrs. Buchanan, can you describe your emotional state on the day of the incident?
Do you mean right before the incident, or
Right before the incident.
Okay. So there was a little dispute at the hotel that night. So I was a little overwhelmed, but I wouldn't say that it would make me seem almost inebriated.
Were you drinking at all that day?
Yes, there were alcohol. There was alcohol provided that day.
Okay, were you driving the car?
I was driving the car.
Did you feel intoxicated at all while you were driving?
I did not feel intoxicated. Overwhelmed would be my best statement.
Okay, had you just experienced a confrontation prior to driving?
I did with Jay Gatsby and my husband. That's a confrontation that we had.
Okay, can you explain a little bit more of that?
Yes, so, like,
Your Honor, relevance.
Objection overruled. Please continue.
like Tom had stated before, Jay wanted me to confess my love for him, and I did not. So,
When you were driving, did you intend to harm anyone?
I've never intended to harm anybody.
What happened in that moment?
So that when we were driving, we were driving home, and we were going this way, and the car was coming towards us, and then all of a sudden, Myrtle ran into the middle of the road, and I really didn't know what to do. I'm not that great of a driver, so I couldn't go this way, I couldn't go that way, and so it kind of all just happened.
Were you acting recklessly at all?
I was not acting recklessly.
Why didn't you stop when you hit her?
I was mostly just kind of in shock, you know. Something like this has never happened before me. I've lived a very privileged life, and I've never had to go through something like this before.
No further questions, Your Honor.
The prosecution may now cross-examine this witness.
Ms. Buchanan, you stated earlier that you were in fact driving the car, correct?
Yes,
And this altercation earlier led to you leaving overwhelmed.
I was overwhelmed, yes.
Did you have anybody in the car with you at the time?
I was driving, and Jay Gatsby was in the passenger seat.
So you had Mr. Jay Gatsby in the passenger seat with you.
Yes.
Why would he have gone with you rather than Tom after this altercation?
Because me and Tom were in a little bit of a spat, so I left with Jay Gatsby because I felt more comfortable with him at the time.
And then earlier mentioned in the defense's questioning, you stated you weren't a very good driver, so why did you drive rather than Jay Gatsby?
I believe Gatsby was a little upset with me and couldn't focus on the road like I could.
Can't object to a witness statement, can I? Okay. Given that information, you still chose to drive rather than take a cab or a taxi?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to leave our cars in the city where they could have been broken into or stolen. Very expensive.
And then you did drink that morning, correct?
I drank that morning, yes.
Were you still feeling the effects of the alcohol? Had you drank at all while at the plaza?
No. I made my husband a drink, but I never took a sip of it.
And then you had your headlights on. It was dark at night. You couldn't see very far. So even with the headlights on, you didn't see Myrtle running out to the street.
No, like you said, I couldn't see very far, and Myrtle came from the side, not in front, where the headlights are shining.
And then do you recall how fast you were going that night?
Going the speed limit, I would say.
No further questions, Your Honor.
This witness may be excused. Defense may call your next witness. Thank you, Your Honor. I call to stand Tom Buchanan. Tom McKinnon, were you having an affair with Myrtle Wilson?
I was.
Okay, so if Myrtle saw you with another woman, do you think she would be upset with that?
It is possible.
And do you think she would landishly run out in front of the road as an act of jealousy?
Could be possibly something she might do.
When you last saw Daisy, did she seem impaired, like to drive, like not good?
She did not seem intoxicated, if that's what you mean. I think she just felt a little overwhelmed.
So she was set to drive. Objection sustained. Make a move on to the next question. And you weren't there when the accident happened, right?
I was not.
No further questions, Ron. The prosecution may now cross-examine this witness. This witness may be excused. Defense may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call to the stand Nick Caraway. Mr. Caraway, you stated that it was the hottest day of summer, correct?
Yes.
Would you agree that emotions were running high that evening?
Yes.
There had just been an argument between Gatsby and Tom at the hotel, right?
Yes.
So by the time everyone left New York, tensions were already extremely elevated, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, to meeting.
Objection sustained. Next question.
According to what you were told, Myrtle ran out suddenly, correct?
Into the street, yes.
Objection, Your Honor, to
Objection overruled.
Gatsby told you Daisy attempted to swerve to avoid Myrtle, right?
Yes, that's what I was told.
He also
Objection,
said,
Your Honor, rescind.
Objection overruled.
he also said that there was another car approaching from the opposite direction, correct?
Yes.
So, Daisy was forced to react with only a matter of seconds?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Objection sustained.
Nothing in your statement suggests that this was intentional, correct?
No, there was no intention on it.
No further questions, Your Honor.
The prosecution may now cross-examine this witness.
So, earlier it was mentioned that you were told about the accident, correct?
Yes,
By Jay Gatsby?
that's correct.
Alright. So, building off, on your way back home after the Plaza Hotel, how did you guys find out about the accident? Did you find out before Jay told you? Did you find out after?
We came across, we had driven past Wilson's garage, we saw there was a crowd, so we had come across Myrtle's body. But Gatsby told me the events of what had happened.
This witness may be excused. Defense may call your next witness. Thank you, Your Honor. I call the stand Mike Ellis. Mike Ellis, you live next door to George Wilson's garage, right?
Yeah, I do.
Were you near the scene when Myrtle was hit by the car?
Yeah, I was outside.
Can you describe the lighting and visibility out that night?
It was like really dark out, so you couldn't really see much except for the two cars with their lights on.
Okay. So you said there was another car on the road at that.
Yeah, there was two cars.
Okay. And would that have caused her not to be able to, like, she had to stay in her lane?
I'm not sure.
Did you see any? Okay.
Objection, Your Honor, opinion.
Objection overruled. No further questions. Right. Prosecution, you may now cross-examine this witness.
Mr. McEllis, earlier you mentioned that you believed that the car was going at a higher speed, correct?
Yeah.
So, following that, would you say the stopping distance would have been greatly inhibited based on
Yeah.
speed?
it would have taken a little bit more distance in order for the car to stop.
And then you described the car as a big yellow car, correct?
Yeah, big yellow car.
No further questions, Your Honor.
This witness may be excused. Defense, you may now call your next witness. Your Honor, the defense rests. Both the prosecution and the defense have rested their cases. The attorney will now present their closing arguments. Please remember what the attorneys say is not evidence. However, do listen closely because what you hear is intended to aid you in understanding the case. Defense, you may begin.
This case is about whether Daisy Buchanan is responsible for the tragedy that unfolded in seconds, both built on hours of emotional distress. You have heard her testimony, you have seen the evidence, and there isn't any indication that Daisy would have purposely committed this crime. Yes, it was heartbreaking for many, but it was not a crime. It's easy to put the blame on Daisy when you deal with a great loss, but in this case, we need to have proof. Daisy Buchanan is not the villain. She was just a regular person driving down the road, which happened to result in a death. We respectfully ask the jury to find Daisy not guilty because the evidence shows this was a tragic accident with no clear proof of intent and was unavoidable. Thank you.
Prosecution, you may now give your closing statement.
Again, thank you for your time here, but as all the witnesses have said, the motions were high, her driving was inhibited both by visibility and by intoxication from prior in the day. I strongly believe, and we all strongly believe, as members of New York, that she should be held accountable for her actions of the death of Myrtle.
Members of the jury, who have heard all of the testimony concerning this case, it is now up to you to determine the facts. In today's case, a majority vote will determine the verdict. In case of a tie, the jury foreperson shall cast the deciding vote. The bailiff will now report you to the deliberation room. While the jury is out, the court will be in recess.